So the next video I'm going to do in my series on security assessment types is on penetration tests. I mentioned it in my video about vulnerability tests, that the two are often conflated or confused. So hopefully this video helps you understand the difference between a penetration test and a vulnerability assessment. So a penetration test is essentially a technical assessment that's designed to achieve a specific goal. For example, steal customer data, become a domain administrator, or modify sensitive salary information. So essentially, a penetration test is testing if someone can get past your defenses in a specific situation and achieve a specific goal. A penetration test, like I mentioned, is very commonly confused with a vulnerability assessment. A vulnerability assessment is designed to find vulnerabilities that you may or may not know exist, but a penetration test is there to validate a configuration that you either think or hope is secure. Um, the last thing I'll say about a penetration test is generally only and best used when you have at least, say, a medium to high security maturity in your organization. If you still need to do things from your vulnerability assessment, like start patching vulnerabilities and things like that, if you don't have your security posture at least to a medium grade, then a penetration test is probably not advisable because you're just not ready for it. So, in terms of the assessments that you would do a vulnerability assessment, and then you would probably do multiple vulnerability assessments to make sure that you have gotten rid of all your vulnerabilities. And then once that has happened, your next step would probably be to do a penetration test. And you would do probably multiple penetration tests to test different areas of your environment and see if the goals, like I mentioned earlier, of stealing data or something to that effect, were achievable by somebody doing a penetration test. Now, there's more to penetration tests, such as white box, gray box, and black box. I'll just tell you about it really quickly. White box is when the testing team has access to all the information that you provide to them, so you make it so they know everything about your environment, and then they try to break in using all that information as well as their skills. A gray box is where you only give them a little bit of information, and a black box is where you give them no information and they act just like an attacker who has to figure it all out on his own and penetrate your systems or your network. So that's penetration testing. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please click like. Also consider subscribing to my channel. And I will be making more videos in this series on assessments. This is David with cyberjitsu.blog, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for hanging out.